Hi students, in this video I'll be going through exercise 10E question 1E. Alright, so this is a question regarding the proving of trigo identities. Alright, so in this question we are asked to prove that cosine square x over 1 minus sine x is equals to 1 plus sine x. Right, so for the proving of trigo identities, we try to start from the side that's more complicated because it's always easier to simplify a complicated expression than to try to complicate a simple one. So from this question, I think it's quite obvious that the left-hand side of the equation is more complicated. So this is the side that we should perhaps start from, right? So let's try. Okay, so we'll start from the left-hand side. Right, so left-hand side is equals to cosine square x over 1 minus sine x. Right, so over here, once you reach at every point in time, for each step, right, you need to ask yourself one question. What is there for me to do? Right, so over here at the bottom, the denominator is just a 1 minus sine x. So it's a sine x, it's not a sine square x, so we can't really apply any identities. Alright, then at the top we have a cosine square x. So the moment you see a cosine square x, then perhaps you can think of coming up with an identity. Okay, think of the trigo identities. So one identity that we definitely can think of is that sine square x plus cosine square x is equals to 1. Right, so cosine square x will be equals to 1 minus sine square x. Okay, so perhaps we can use this substitution and then we can replace the cosine square. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so 1 minus sine square x over 1 minus sine x. Alright, so at this point in time, you look at the right side, what we want is 1 plus sine x, right? So how can we simplify this expression into 1 plus sine x? Okay, this is where you need to be aware of the top, okay, the denominator. Okay, what kind of expression is this? Okay, so if you realize that what we have here is 1 minus sine square x, right? So 1 can always be expressed as 1 square, so minus sine square x. So over here you should realize that the numerator is in the form of a square minus b square. Okay, so you must be very aware of this special product. Okay, a square minus b square, which can be factorized to a minus b and a plus b. Okay, so this means that 1 minus sine square x can be factorized to 1 minus sine x times 1 plus sine x. So now we can replace the numerator, okay, with the factorized form. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to replace it 1 minus sine x, then 1 plus sine x, alright? Okay, and it's at this point in time that you realize that we can cancel off the 1 minus sine x, and then we'll be left with what they want us to show, which is the 1 plus sine x. Okay, so we have successfully proven the right hand side of the identity already. Okay, so it's not too difficult. So over here, remember at each step, okay, you think of what can be done. So over here, we can use identity, okay, to change the cosine square x to 1 minus sine square x. Okay, then over here, you must be able to be aware of this a square minus b square, such that you can factorize this. Okay, so always be aware of this. 1 minus sine square x or 1 minus cosine square x or any other term. Okay, as long as you can express it as a square minus b square, then you will be able to factorize it. Right, so you should be aware of all these things. Right.